when we first wake up and we find out 9/11 was an inside job and we're being poisoned with fluoride and aspartame and we realize we've been lied to about everything, we're very vulnerable. We're in a vulnerable position because we have to rebuild our entire paradigm. We're searching for truth, and we'll have a tendency to believe anything that conflicts with the official crap that we've been told our entire lives. And we're drawing from this pool of knowledge, and it's contaminated. And I've recently learned the degree to which this pool of knowledge has been intentionally contaminated by Theosophists. Blavatsky, H.P. Blavatsky, is considered the mother of the New Age movement. But in fact, she practiced a Luciferian doctrine. Her first book, which she admits was channeled to her, Hitler slept with this book beside him. The whole Nazi movement was inspired by a theosophical philosophy. Now, interestingly, there's a theosophical room of worship in the UN. It's the only recognized religion at the UN. Alice Bailey, who later published all of Blavatsky's books, she started in 1920 Lucifer's Trust. They realized that was a little bit too obvious, so 2 years later they changed it to Lucius Trust, and still to this day, Lucius Trust is putting out all of this theosophical information, and the whole New Age movement is based upon it, and it's a very diabolical plan. It's been like 150 years in the making, and if government is your source of rights, then government has authority over you. If your rights come from God, then you're going to do everything you can to protect those rights.
Your warfare is not physical, it's spiritual. And every Christian should memorize Ephesians 6:12 and stand on it. Look beyond what you see with these, and look and know that the devil has got, thousands and thousands of years of experience. And unless we think with the mind of Christ, he's going to walk all over us. And that's why you stay under the blood. A young man came up and asked me today, can a witch cast a spell on a Christian? He can cast it on any Christian that's not living the life. If you want to fence straddle, you're a wide open target for any witch in the world. If you want to stay under the blood, and you want to walk the line and be within the Word and within the Spirit of God, and wear the full armor of God, then you're going to be fine.
There are so many reasons why this whole New Age infiltration of the truth movement is dangerous, but that coupled with the alien agenda, the New Age agenda and the alien agenda, and 2012 ties into all of this. It's a very diabolical thing that's happening because, okay, there was a period when I was first waking up. Several years ago, I acquired all of Maxwell's and Tessarian's movies, and I listened to them, and I watched all their seminars, and like what they're saying sounded logical. And like I said earlier, we're vulnerable when we first wake up because we want alternative information, and anything that sounds good and appeals to us, and we're going to believe and we're going to adopt. And as a result, we've got this huge segment of people who have been sold into this, what do I hear people saying? There's going to be a pole shift, that the Schumann resonance is speeding up. It's all lies. None of it's true. I recommend you check out Chris White. His YouTube channel is No as in knowledge, not as in negative. Nowhere to Run, 1984. I made friends with him, and he gave me access to his server, and I downloaded all of his movies in AVI format, and I'm burning them to disc. I'm making 4 and 5 hour DVDs of his information because he explains it very well, and he's done all the research. And so I don't need to redo what's already been done. Jordan Maxwell Debunked and Bill Cooper Debunks Jordan Maxwell are two excellent movies. Now, Michael Tessarian is Wrong, a debunkumentary on Michael Tessarian called Michael Tessarian is Wrong, and Tessarian, Rose and Cross are two excellent movies. They're each 50 minutes long. Greg Braden Debunked. He spends an hour and a half totally exposing this guy as a total fraud. And he's the one who's putting forth this idea that the Schumann resonance is increasing. The Schumann resonance is based on two factors: the speed of light and the circumference of the globe. And unless the circumference of the globe increases and the speed of light changes, the Schumann resonance is not going to change, period. We're all being programmed with all of this false information that's being perpetrated by guys who admittedly, guys like David Wilcock, who admits that he's got two spirit friends named Ra and Seth who give him all his knowledge. And just like Blavatsky, she admitted that her books were channeled to her from ascendant beings. And Alice Bailey, who admits that her 23 volumes of books that she wrote were all channeled through her, through spirit beings. There are forces that are contaminating the knowledge pool, and there's a reason for it. And I really, really recommend and advise people to look hard into this information, because you're going to find out that you've been fooled. Someone hijacked your innocence and your thirst for knowledge and spoon-fed you a whole bunch of crap. And you got to get beyond that, because there's an agenda. This New Age agenda, the 2012 deception, and the alien agenda are all tied together. And knowledge is power. If you understand what's been done and what's going on, then I feel so much better having gained some understanding, because I felt so overwhelmed about a year ago. And I can see, I feel like I've gotten to the end of the rabbit hole, and that's good.